Jackie boy, Butland is on the verge of a Rangers transfer, and you know what? This one looks legit, smells legit, but there's one glaring problem with this, right? This is typical that Rangers get pumped by Aberdeen, so they try and feed a bit of good news out. I think the club that does this the most, I mean, most clubs will do this, right? They get pumped, and then it's, oh, a bit of transfer news. But I think the worst club for it is United. You see United get pumped. Oh, we're linked to a £150 million move for Declan Rice or Harry Kane or something like that. But Rangers, I think that's what this is. I'm not saying we haven't been in for Butland, but I'm not surprised that after the Aberdeen game they've done it. And now some people will be blinded by this and will make them forget about the shite that's just happened against Aberdeen. And, oh, this is a good move. It is a good move. I think Jack Butland is a good move, but people will be blinded and will think going into this Old Firm, oh, the hopes are up, when in reality they should be down, man, because we're shite, and let's not spin it. But Jack Butland, that would be a good signing, and you know what, later on there's going to be a keep and sell tier list, and there's not many people getting kept. I'll tell you what, spoiler alert, see the free goalies gone. I want to keep Robbie McCrory, right, but see, at the end of the day, I've got to do it for Michael Beale's eyes as well. I don't think Robbie McCrory's ever going to get a game for Rangers, so why not just get rid of him? Start fresh with a few new goalies, man. You know what you do? You get rid of those three, you get Butland, you maybe get someone else who's like number two and shite, and then you call up a youth guy. That's what you do in the goalkeeping department. For Jack Butland, though, obviously, like the last 5 years of his career haven't exactly been spectacular. But before then, seeing he was at Stoke, I mean, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. He's kind of faded away. I don't actually know what's happened, to be honest. I haven't really followed his career in the last 5 years. I know he ended up in the Championship, and then we saw Crystal Palace sign him, but he's on loan at United, but he hasn't played any games for United. And that doesn't really mean you're awful, right? Because, I mean, Celtic fans are going to laugh at this transfer, right? Oh, that's how you're going to catch us? No. See Joe Hart, right? He played no fucking games for Tottenham. He was benchaholic, man. There for hee-haw. Fraser Foster, again, a guy that's just a benchaholic, but Lloris is that bad, they've actually started subbing Fraser Foster on, so I think Jack Butland would be a good signing, but I'm not going to be blinded by this. I'm not going to be like, oh, like a sheep, no pun intended, with Aberdeen, but yeah, it's everywhere. Herald Sport, you've got the Daily Record reporting it, Sport Bible, BBC Sport, Rangers News, whatever you want to bet your bottom dollar, man. And it is going to be a free transfer, and you know what, I welcome it, right? I think it's a good signing if we get it across the line. But yeah, the timing of it's very like, haha, look at that. But we need them because we know it. We need to get rid of McLaughlin. We need to get rid of McGregor. We need to get rid of McCrory. It's a sad state when the goalkeeping department is you literally need to get rid of three of them, and one of them's never even had a game. I mean, maybe I'm being harsh on McCrory, but I'm not being harsh personally. I would keep him, but I just don't see him having a future with Beale. And I say with Beale, he hasn't had a future with any manager. He's not. Has he actually ever even played a fucking game? Ross McCrory's played more games in nets for Rangers than Robbie McCrory. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but I honestly can't think of Robbie McCrory. Well, actually, no, I do. He played for. I remember him playing in an Old Firm in the COVID season when we had a COVID outbreak, and he kept a clean sheet. That was it. But is that no warrant more starts? I actually don't know why he can't get played. I actually don't know why Sack Lovelace, why can't he get played? Stumbling here because there's this rage coming out. I don't understand, right? Why, when the league's done, we can't give players time. Like, let's be real, right? You're 2-0 down against Aberdeen. Scott Arfield starts warming up in the 73rd minute, right? Why can't Lovelace come on? Why? He's a striker. Yes, Arfield scored 2 goals against Aberdeen in December. Brilliant. We were living life 3-2. In a game that realistically looking back means fucking hee-haw now, but did Michael Beale just like tell Arfield to warm up to maybe scare Aberdeen, and then he brings him on the 89th minute? It's like, if you're going to bring Arfield on, why not bring him on when you were beginning to warm him up? Honestly, I don't know. Beale's, you know, I rate Beale, but I think his substitutions, man, in every game that we've dropped points or lost, and I don't know. But it's Bailey. I don't think he's even drew a game. No, he hasn't. No, he drew against Celtic. That's it. In every game that we've not won, and even in games that we have won, his substitutions are very questionable, man. Either he's reactive, not proactive. And even then, he takes reactive to another level. Like, what was the Arfield stuff? I don't honestly, that confused me. But anyway, I could sit here and rant for days, but that's probably for later on when I'm burying the entire squad. But Jack Butland to Rangers gets a thumbs up for me. I don't see the problem with it. He's English, he's British, he ticks all the boxes, the quota, so to speak. But yeah, I rate Butland. England international on his day, very good. Has he went off the boil in recent years? Aye, but honestly, on his day, he could. There's no reason why Jack Butland could not get back into the England setup. Now, is he going to do that at Rangers? Probably not, because I don't know what it is. But I mean, who was the last player from when playing in Scotland, right? More or less the old firm. Who was the last player to actually get called up to the England national team that played for the old firm or played in Scottish Premiership? It would be an interesting wee look. It would. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Jack Butland, the Rangers. Leave your thoughts down below. I'll put a poll up, actually, and I'll probably react to that later when I'm doing the tier list. But aye, clinically depressed, but Jack Butland, can he cure it? Hopefully, Jackie boy. But hopefully he can.